yeah, just a little invite for people, and it's around this topic of loss, and it's one we've been thinking a lot about because a lot of people had a lot of loss, struggled with a lot of loss in 2025, and it was brought home to me. My mother-in-law passed away, and my dad passed away, coincidentally within a couple of weeks of each other. So it's present for Susan and I, and for Susan and me, and very present for most of us, as this year, just a lot of people struggle with a lot of loss. And so we wanted to do something now where we're taking a chance, taking an opportunity to really get a chance to gather in person. Now, New Church Live, is a format. We're 99.9% online, and that's wonderful. I know that our Sunday average up to over 600 different IPs joining us on a Sunday on our different formats, which is great. That's really healthy. And there's just a way in which, too, that we have to keep on coming back to these events that are Touchstones events in person. And granted, we can't share those events with people who may be joining us from South Carolina, but we can certainly enjoy them with people who are in the local Philadelphia area or who might be traveling through. And that's who I want to invite. Anybody who's around, welcome. Susan and I are going to have it at our house at 6 p.m. on Sunday. You can RSVP directly to me, and I'll send you the directions, etc. And we really are looking forward to this event. And what happens in this event? Well, one of the things that, as a pastor, and I say this a lot, that is sort of a hard part of the loss is people really search for closure. They search for reasons. They search for closure, and that includes both the losses we have that are really it's hard to put into words, but sometimes we lose somebody, and it's just like, oh, we never got to hear the words of asking for forgiveness, or we never got to have this reconnection. And other times there are people we had the real connection, and it's just now it's this loss because that connection is gone. One is more about what wasn't said. One is more about missing what was said. We look at it any number of ways. But regardless, we still all hold this loss, and it still can be a really hard part of our lives. And just to get together with a group of people over some nice food and just simply have a conversation. Just simply have a conversation. And with these conversations, what tends to be true is they don't need to be big and agenda driven, because people will naturally find each other. And once they get a chance to start talking, people really share some pretty deep stuff. And that's one of the things that I certainly have come to know is that, there's not closure per se. There's not like things don't get wrapped up in nice, neat bows. We struggle, and we continue to struggle, and we have lots of things that we struggle with, and these struggles live with us, very hard to hold, and that these muscle memories keep on coming back. I know, for example, sermon writing team, when we were talking about the sermon this coming Sunday on loss, we looked at the question, what still remains, and it's like all these feelings are still there and they're still present. And what I know is that while we may not get closure, we may not get the reasons, we may not get the specific, whys and wherefores. What we really do get is we really do get each other. And there's a way in which when we go through loss that human beings just naturally gravitate towards each other. You look at any situation of loss, you see it over and over again. And why is that? I'm sure there's spiritual stuff at work there. There's just has to be, where there's just this realization of that I don't have the answer, but I know that the answer somehow comes through connection. And that's maybe the best we can do. So I really do want to invite you, encourage you to come. And again, if we have 5 people, it'll be a wonderful meal. If we have 50 people, that'll be a wonderful thing too. Like, regardless how many we have, we're going to go ahead with it. Certainly would love to have you. Certainly would love to have you come. And all I would ask is that just come with an open heart. Sometimes people come to this thinking their job or role is as a counselor, or that they somehow figured out the way and they're here to share with people how to get through grief. That's not this kind of group. This is, though you're welcome to tell me if you have some great ideas that way. This is a group where we just really get to hear, and it's really the gift of listening, the gift of really hearing people and hearing where it's hard, and just simply acknowledging that simple, not trying to solve the problem, but simply trying to be with, which is a great little takeaway. Don't try to solve the problem, just work on being with. Probably 90% of the time, that's the correct answer. So I hope that makes sense, friends. I hope we get to see you on Sunday, Sunday night at 6 p.m. I hope you see you for the Sunday service too. If that has any interest to you, please give me a little shout out and I will put you on the RSVP list. And yeah, and we hope to see you then, Sunday at 6 p.m. for a night of remembrance. So with that, dear friends, what we're going to do now is we're going to take a little breath, do a little meditation, a little prayer, a little blessing, and then we'll say hi to our friends who are joining us on Facebook this morning. So with that, dear friends, let's get a little breath. A meditation. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I. Be still and know that. Be still and know. Be still and. Be still. Be. Our Father, who art in the heavens, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven, so upon the earth. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you, bring you peace, and bring you home. Amen. All right, dear friends, let's give a little quick cheery hello here to anyone who might be joining us this morning on 10 minutes of calm here. Linda, no closure after the struggle may be comfort in the memories. Yeah, Linda, we're going to touch on that. Like that's a big one because those memories really do remain. And you know what stays with us is the life that we shared. That was one of the takeaways actually from Sermon Writing Team. And Marcus, good morning to you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. All right, and now flipping on over here. Boop. Next Facebook page. I saw somebody just texted. Marissa just texted for the address, which again I'll send on along. Melissa, good morning to you. I hope you're doing well. Happy Monday as to you and yours. And Patty, good morning to you. I hope you're doing well. And Frank, always good to see you, buddy. All right, dear friends. Well, listen, take care. God bless, and we'll talk.